Hey everybody, welcome to the Royal Amp Company, also the home of Studio 70. Tonight we're going to be looking at the Royal JPP 100. Now this particular amp is based on the amplifier that Jimmy Page used from August of '69 to November of '71. Now the amplifier that we're going to demonstrate tonight has a few vintage part upgrades that the customer elected to go with, such as mustard caps. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of jamming on the bridge pickup, a little bit on the middle of the two pickups, and a little bit on the neck. So stick around, and I'll be checking back with everybody in a little bit. See ya. So the transformers in these amps are based on the same ones that Jimmy Page had in his original high watt. And what we tried to do is go after the same type of aesthetics and same type of behavioral characteristics found in his original transformers. Some of the things of note would be the type of color scheme. We tried to copy that as far as the same type of lead orientation. We tried to use the same type of stack height, same type of steel. So we tried to get it to look the part and behave the part as close as we could. So from August of '69 up until November of '71, Jimmy Page pretty much adopted high watts as his main backline touring amp. So the amp that he received and the few that were made with this particular circuit were not the kind of amp that you were going to walk in '69 or '70 in a music shop and walk out with. They did not sound like a regular DR-103. In fact, they were a lot more like a plexi in the smooth gain that you associate with the best plexis of late 60s era. So one could really argue they were really an evolutionary step for Jimmy Page before he stepped into Marshall's as his main backline in '72. One of the remarkable things about high watt amps from the late 60s throughout the 70s is they really are the most beautifully and exquisitely laid out amps that you're ever going to find. I cannot think of anything that even comes close to it. You could really just say that they're a piece of art, tone aside. But I have to say that we've done our best to try to keep and preserve that type of aesthetic inside of our amps using the same kind of construction techniques that they did.